Hello students, you are learning English with Vikas sir. Today we will learn about letters, how to write letters. So letters, as we know, are of two types, informal letters and formal letters. So today we will cover this portion, and out of this portion only the letters of complaints in this series. So I'm making this video for CBSE class 10th board examination 2020. So let's learn something about letters. Before we move on, we would read these basic key points. So we are learning formal letters. Formal letters are written for a specific purpose. We have to keep this in mind. We write this for a specific purpose. We have a particular purpose to write on. Therefore, they are serious compositions and provide no scope for irrelevant matter. So no irrelevant matter has to be written here. So write what is relevant, stick to the point. And you have to avoid frivolous language also. Frivolous, that is not serious in content, behavior or attitude. So mind the following, students. The purpose of the letter should be clear to the writer. So the one who is writing the letter, it has to be clear in his mind what the purpose of the letter is. The content, language and style of the letter are determined by this. So how your content is going to be, or the language or the style, how it is going to be, is totally dependent on whether it is clear what is your purpose of writing the letter. Do not write anything unrelated. So this you have to keep in mind. Nothing unrelated is to be written. Always you have to stick to the subject. Extra or unnecessary statements weaken the letter. So if you write something in extra or something that is not necessary, so it will weaken the letter. So your letter will not be that much effective one. The tone of the letter should be polite, but not unduly humble. So tone has to be polite, but not that much also. In letter to the editor, so when you are writing the letter to the editor, you have to take care of the tone. The tone of the letter need not be excessively formal. So this time you can be a little informal, as you are expressing your opinion or your problem. However, no irrelevant content should be allowed to creep in. Still, you have to take care, no irrelevant content should be written down. The tone in a formal letter should never be sarcastic or frivolous. So tone, like language, has not to be sarcastic or frivolous. And no commas are to be used in the address. So let's move. We have an example of letter of complaints. So what is our question? The question is, write a letter to the district collector. So we have to write down letter to the district collector of Kanpur, drawing his attention to the nuisance caused by loudspeakers in the city during examination days. So what the question demands is, you have to write down the letter to the collector of Kanpur. And why are you writing this letter? Because you want to draw his attention that the examination days are going on and the excessive use of loudspeakers is causing nuisance. So what does this question want from you? So this question wants that the use of loudspeaker should be banned. So this should be banned. And how will it be banned? So the collector will ban it. So you have to write down the letter to the collector. Let's begin. This is the sender's address. Sender's address. Next is the date. So you have to leave a little space here and after the date also. So and one thing you have to take care, this word date should not be written here. Some students write like this, date, and after this 16 Feb 2020. So this word has not to be written directly. The date like this is to be written down. After this you have to write down the address of the receiver. So the person who you are writing the letter to. So receiver's address. So once we have written this down, you have to write down the subject. Nuisance caused by the loudspeakers during the examination days. So what does the word nuisance mean here? Some of you might not be knowing this, so I have written down this here for you to help. Something or someone, there is something or someone that causes annoyance, inconvenience, or makes life more difficult. So something that hardens the life, makes it difficult, whether it is something or someone, so that we call nuisance. So nuisance caused by the loudspeakers during the examination days. Salutation. Sir. So this, that is the subject. Pay attention to it. State the purpose of writing the letter in a phrase. So subject is the purpose why you are writing this letter, but that is in simply in a phrase. The same we would write again. Sir, I would like to draw your kind attention to the problem. I would like to draw your kind attention to the problem of nuisance being caused by the loudspeakers during these days. Which days? Examination days. So what is being happening here? The nuisance is being created by the loudspeakers in these days of examination period. So during these days when the examination period is going on. So what we did here in these two lines, we repeated the same what we wrote down here in the subject. So again we wrote the same thing, but this time we wrote it in a sentence. So as I told here, state the purpose, right? Again restate the purpose of the writing letter in a sentence. This time we are writing this in a sentence, not in a phrase. Once it is done, after that we have to write down, we have to come to the main part of the letter. So here we would give the details of the of the problem or the purpose. So what is the problem or what is the purpose of writing the letter? So in these lines, the mid part or the body part of the letter, we would give here the details about the problem or the purpose of writing the letter. So let's see it. These days when the students are preparing for the final examinations. So these days when the students are preparing for the final examinations. So final examinations are going on these days. The loud noise of loudspeakers is causing a lot of problem. So as we know, the days of examinations are going on, and if loudspeakers are being played, so it will simply be causing the problem to the students. They would not be able to concentrate, focus. So every year a prohibitory order is issued. So already every year an order is issued for banning the use of loudspeakers during these days. So the use of loudspeakers is banned during these examination days. Every year it is done, but this year no such action has been taken so far. So far means by now no action has been taken. So this has to be taken as the examination time is going on. So you are writing this letter. So here you have given the details. Now state what you want that authority or the person to do. So what do you want the authority or the person to do? You are writing the letter to somebody, so in return you want something, that's why you want them to know about it. So once you have told about your content, now you want something in return from the authority or the person you are writing the letter to. So what is that? I request you to ban the use of loudspeakers. So here you are requesting for what? To ban the use of loudspeakers totally for a period of 2 months. So this will be the time of examination. For 2 months you want no loudspeakers should be used, so that the students can prepare well for their examinations. So this is what you want from the authority. So you want the authority to do for you or to the students as mentioned. Now you would thank, and you will write here yours faithfully and your name, Himani Singh, as this is the name, not being given in the question, so you have to imagine, you have to invent the details from your side, like the addresses also. So I hope you might have got it. Thank you.